Hi Hunters, we're taking on a 9-star Strength 5 Gore Magala, often considered one of the hardest monsters in Monster Hunter Wilds. Out of all the 9-star monsters, Gore stands out. It's got the largest HP pool and some of the best talisman rewards, making it one of the most valuable hunts to farm, and also one of the trickiest to deal with, truly fitting its title as a Demi-Elder. In this video, I'll be showcasing my hunt and sharing tips along the way to help you cut through Gore's tankiness and walk away with better talisman rewards, and hopefully a faster clear time. Let's get into it. Jumping into the hunt, the build I usually run for Gore is my Wound Breaker build, paired with a Paralysis Gunlance. Gore is very different from the other 9-star monsters. You can't really control him. He's completely unaffected by flash, his movements are unpredictable, and he mixes in those virus breath attacks, sometimes with a delay that can really catch you off guard. To help counter that, I run Paralysis to at least get one chance to control him. Even if he only goes down once per hunt, that single window is precious. It's the perfect time to unload and carve away at his massive HP pool. After that first Paralysis, I switch over to the ever-trusty Bors. You can stick with Fire Ardian if you prefer, but personally, I favor the stronger Wyvern Fire from Bors. It just hits harder and feels more rewarding in this matchup. Gore's fight is really about positioning, perfect guard, and consistent damage. One of the biggest mechanics you'll face is the Frenzy Virus. If you don't keep attacking, the gauge will eventually fill, and when it does, you'll take double damage and lose natural healing. But as long as you stay aggressive and keep landing hits, the Frenzy Virus really isn't an issue. Unlike Steve though, Gore's attacks demand more patience. It's best to wait and see which move he's going for before you commit to a guard or an evade. That way, you avoid unnecessary chip or mistimed counters. If you've noticed so far, I tend to stick close to Gore, because most of the time, that's actually the safest position. When he goes for the virus breath, you're usually fine up close. But if you find yourself out of position, a quick back hop will get you to safety, especially with Evade Extender. Honestly, Evade Extender feels like a must-have here. It lets you reposition quickly instead of trying to face tank every single move. And with Gore, that's critical. You really don't want to tank his combo strings, especially when he's in Eclipse form. You know, the phase where he grows out those horns or feelers. That's when he gets really dangerous. You can also go for a daring Wyvern Fire when he's doing the Virus Breath attack, just like this, and you'll be safe to either set up another or get ready for your next strike. The key is not to get overwhelmed by Gore. Don't rush your next move. Stay level-headed and plan each attack carefully. Once you can read Gore like a book, that's when you can start going for the risky stuff. One more thing about the Gunlance. You can actually delay your next attack input quite a bit before the game forces you to continue. You'll see me doing that here and there during the hunt. This little delay gives you time to prepare for an emergency quick reload or a full reload, which can then flow into a perfect guard if needed. Or, if the coast looks clear, you can visually confirm and keep the combo going, especially into your Wormstake full blast. The timing window is surprisingly generous, but you'll need to pick it up with experience to really feel how much control it gives you. I'm starting to see a wound now. The special feature of my Wound Breaker build is that I actually heal whenever I break a wound. By focus striking a wound, I deal extra damage thanks to Part Breaker, heal from the Guardian Arkfeld armor set, and even pseudo-lock Gore in place to stop him from making his next move. Sure, I'm locked in place too, but the trade-off is worth it because I'm dealing damage, healing, and controlling Gore all at once. And in multiplayer, that's even more valuable. Locking Gore in place means your teammates can keep attacking without interruption, which basically turns into free damage for the whole team. If you've noticed, I haven't really had to stop and drink potions. That's another strength of this build. With Mending Mantle and my Palico helping out, I can stay on the offensive, which fits perfectly with the goal of Gore's fight. Keep landing hits and clear your Frenzy Virus. We finally see Gore paralyzed here, which opens up a safe damage window, especially valuable now that he's in Eclipse form. Here's a neat trick. When he does the Virus Breath attack like this, don't panic. Just move towards Gore. You'll notice you're safe from that nasty attack, no chip damage, and free to keep hitting him. And with the Gunlance's built-in mobility from moving wide sweep, you can reposition out of danger while still dealing damage at the same time. This slam attack always comes in twice, so be careful. I still get caught by it more often than I'd like. Remember, observe and adapt. That is the way of a hunter. I didn't move in time towards Gore and got caught in the Virus Breath. That's a mistake I'll probably make again, but if you don't take risks, you'll never learn. No pain, no gain, as they say. Man, getting a wound on the tip of Gore's tail is tough. Luckily, I read that he was about to use his breath attack and managed to land the hit right on the tail tip. I probably should be switching weapons now that Gore's already been paralyzed once. But since I spotted a wound on his shoulder, I decided to improvise and go for a focus strike there instead. I'm not too sure what Gore's doing here. Maybe my Palico's got his attention, which explains this strange behavior. Either way, I really wouldn't recommend fighting Gore in tight spaces like this. His sudden turnarounds will catch you off guard and still deal damage. That's why I don't like fighting Gore in the Ice Shard Cliffs. It's a terrible experience. I probably could have fired off a Wyvern Fire before swapping to Bors here, since I could tell Gore was going into his Virus Breath and not targeting me. That would have saved me some time and added a bit more damage. Either way, I'm switching over to the big boy now. It feels like I've been fighting in the same area, but the scenery keeps changing. Pretty weird. For a second there, I thought Gore was aiming for me, but nope, he's going after the cat. Guess I'll just reload for fun. Be careful with this triple threat combo from Gore. I'm pretty sure if you try to guard all 3 hits, it could easily one-shot you. If you do get hit though, remember to stay down. You'll be invulnerable right after the final slam, which can save your life. For the rest of the fight, it's mostly rinse and repeat from what we've talked about so far. Master Perfect Guard, know which areas are safe to avoid damage while dealing your own, and always observe Gore before committing. Most importantly, don't be hasty. Patience is what really makes this fight manageable. Here's one fun thing to keep an eye on until the end of the hunt. How many focus strikes did I land to finish Gore off? Drop your guesses down in the comments. I'd love to see who's been counting. that's it for the hunt. By the way, there's a friendly challenge in my Discord where we compete to see who can kill Gore the fastest. The best part, everyone shares tips with each other. I didn't even ask them to, it just happened naturally. It's been a blast watching the community grow like that. What about you? Do you enjoy the challenge of Gore, or do you avoid farming him? Let me know in the comments, I'd love to hear your take. Until then, I'm Marneus, Courage and Honor Hunters. I'll see you in the next quest.